wanted to dedicate a special story to Josh Neese. Thank you. It's a story called The Drum. There were two girls who lived out in the country with their mother, named Dolores and Sandra. Their father was out away at sea. They had a little brother, and they hated him. One day the two girls, they were out playing in a field. They met a gypsy girl who had a drum, a mechanical drum that had these figures who came out when the gypsy girl played the drum. The figures came out and met, and Sandra and Dolores were fascinated by this drum. They wanted it so badly, they begged the gypsy girl for the drum. And the gypsy girl, she told them that if they were very bad, terrible with their mother and their little brother when they got home, and then came back the next day to tell her just how bad they were, that she might give them the drum. Dolores and Sandra thought, no big deal, we'll be bad. So they went home and they terrorized their mother and their little brother. They spanked him, they ripped up the clothes, they broke dishes. And this was a poor family. They did not need to break the dishes. Their mother was crying in the corner. Who does that to their mother? That's pretty terrible. The kids were sent to bed early. They thought they were pretty bad. So the next day they go to the gypsy girl. They find her again in the same spot, banging on the drum. But the gypsy girl laughed in their faces. They were not bad enough. Go home, the gypsy girl said. You must be much, much worse. Then you come back and tell me what you've done. They felt pretty bad, but they went home and then once again burned sheets that were irreplaceable, broke more dishes. There was not much left in the house. They made the little brother cry. Tears ran down. The mother's tears. So many tears in one household in one night. The mother told the girls that if they did not behave, that she would take off with the little brother, and they would be replaced by an old woman with a wooden leg and a glass eye. But they would be no more. How would they like that? And the girls cried. They did not want that. They were just wanting a little drum. They went to bed that night and thought, we were pretty bad, we'll get the drum. Nothing will happen. But just to be sure, because it was so selfish and awful, the next morning they were still bad, just to be sure that when they went and told the gypsy girl, that they would get it for sure. And the mother was crying when they left the house. When they were walking down the field to meet the gypsy girl, they could hear their mother and the little brother crying. So when they met up with the gypsy girl, she just laughed in their faces. She never intended to give them the drum. It was a game. The gypsy girl laughs, packs up her drum and leaves. But she's playing the drum all the way down the field until they cannot see her anymore. Sandra and Dolores felt a little bad, of course. So they go back to apologize to their mother and their brother, but they weren't there. They thought, oh, they were a little low on food, maybe they went out to town to get some, but they didn't return for hours. So the girls took a walk for a little bit, trying to waste time. They were getting worried. But when they came back after dark, there was a fire lit, and an old woman sitting there. They could hear a tapping on the wooden floor. It was a wooden peg leg. The old woman turns to reveal a glass eye glowing in the fire. There was no mother or little brother, and no drum